Hey everybody, welcome to Geek Addicts.
Hello and welcome to Geek Addicts, the pop culture podcast where we seal away two ends of a worm. My name is Matt, co-host Bill, and my wife who can't keep it together, Cyndi. How's it going?
How's it going?
It's going.
I'm perfect.
The funny part is, like, a lot of the times, like, our little intros are sort of related, but, like, that one could mean anything.
yeah.
It does kind of sound like a euphemism.
I was wondering if you were going to, like, bring up, like, getting turned into a chair or other weird nonsense.
I couldn't decide, honestly. I didn't think about it until just now, so.
That's all right. Yeah, it's been, last time we recorded. Oh, yeah, last week we, like, couldn't record at all until, like, Sunday.
Yeah, it was weird scheduling stuff, and it's been a bit since Cyndi was here. How's it going, Cyndi? It's been a while since I saw you.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
You kind of dropped this on me really quickly.
Well, you knew we were doing it.
I didn't know we were doing it 5 minutes after the movie.
Well, Bill said he was done early, so
I wasn't expecting to get home as early as I did.
Yeah. So again, it's Bill. It's Bill determines what I do.
Or would you rather, do it early and then we have the whole night,
Yeah. What time is it anyways?
It's like 3:30.
Almost 4.
Feels like 10.
Night?
I've been drinking for the whole movie, so it was emotional, guys. That's how I deal with my hurt.
Yeah, I did just watch. They're going. Had another long week of just trying to survive. I want the winter to end so bad. Like the snow's finally melting, so that's a good sign.
Yeah,
it was like 50 degrees out an hour ago. It
has
been like kind of all week. Like, I mean, we've had a couple of days that were like mid 40s, but for the most part, it's been doing pretty good. I like it.
Can you guys hear me breathing?
No.
Okay, good. Sorry.
Well, you're not right up in the mic, so.
There's no weird sounds this time?
Nope.
Good.
I mean, we can hear Brad's TV, but that's about it.
Shut up. You
can? Yeah, it's just, it happens.
Oh, well, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, we've Matt's like one of Matt's first appearances on GNC. We had the famous toilet flush, like in the middle of it.
Oh yeah.
So,
I remember that whole thing happening.
That wasn't edited in, I swear.
So, what were you saying? You watched something?
Oh, because I had some time. I was catching up on the weekly anime releases. I got another Sakamoto Days in.
Nice.
Dragon Ball Daima and Apothecary Diaries. The most recent episode was a lot of shit happened. So,
this is the one that came out Thursday?
Yesterday.
Okay, so I did watch it.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Typical mystery stuff going on, and then Solo Leveling comes out later today, so I'll be watching that as well. And then I gotta start season 4 of Attack on Titan.
I was gonna ask how you're doing about that. So you watched the OVAs? Those are all done?
I watched the OVAs. I realized most of them didn't matter.
I mean, like it was more like the ones towards the end that were really more important.
The Levi ones mattered, kind of. I did have that wonderful epiphany of, these interesting original characters are here, and this takes place before. I'm sure nothing bad will happen to them.
Okay, so I hope you understand. I don't know if anyone told you, but You're gonna watch it, right? All the way through. But you have to watch it a second time. You do understand that, right?
I haven't
No,
been
you
told
have
this.
to. You do. You have to, because when you watch it a second time, you're gonna be like, "Holy shit! I can't because this motherfucker hasn't watched the whole thing."
Well, I've already learned a lot from the first 3 seasons that I've
Bullshit!
realized.
You don't know shit.
I don't know. I
Sorry.
learned very fast that the Lady Titan was the Lady Titan, and when I figured that out, I was like, I should have known this from the start.
Oh
I'm
my God.
mad I didn't.
You don't know anything. You are. A wee baby.
I think everybody
wee
who
baby.
watched it kind of had a similar thought process with that. It's like, oh, like as soon as it like flashed to her waking up in like her little dorm, it was like, oh, this should have been fucking obvious.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so
I'm-
excited for you.
When Slade told me that season 3 ends, the ending of season 3 was the good ending, I was like, excuse me? Like, so yeah, I've got that to look forward to.
Yeah.
The Levi OVA was pretty good though. I understand him as a character. I felt nothing when his 3 friends died because I think I just am heartless, and no one, when people die in this show, I don't seem to care.
Yeah. Oh, tell Cyndi about your reaction to the girl in the Levi squad that got stomped into the tree.
Oh yeah, when she got face planted into the tree, I just went, "Ow, that's gonna hurt." And then it cut to her just like her face like jacked up against it, and my reaction was just, eh.
Like,
Well, and then
yeah,
it
you're
got better,
sick.
but then it
You
got
are.
better because when Levi then has to throw the bodies off, it's specifically hers that they show, and you just see her roll down the hill, and I'm just like, the whole time I'm just like, it's like, okay, I barely knew them.
Oh my God, you're sick.
only-
You are a
like,
serial killer. Told you.
The first character that I felt bad about was the guard that was like the older guard that they knew as kids when he got eaten by the Smiling
Oh,
Mm.
yeah, that was a hard moment. That was.
Titan. The Smiling Titan, which is his dad's first wife, by the way. Like, what the? Okay, that's sure.
That was so good.
And then
For
the
real.
other death I felt bad about was when they actually explained what happened to Marco. Yeah, that hurt
Yeah. that
because
was
I didn't
rough.
care the first time around. I was like, whatever, and then I was like, oh, now I feel bad.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like when you go back and watch everything a second time through, which I usually don't do that. Like as interested as I do the first time I watch it, but I did with Attack on Titan because you're gonna see things and connect things that like they wrote it so well. They planned it and put it in there the whole time, everything, and then you don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about because you haven't finished it like some bitch. Because it's how much time have you had? It's okay. I'm sorry. No bullying there. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't you enter the server just to tell people to stop bullying him? about
Literally,
Attack
the
on Titan?
one time I ever said anything was just don't bully my friend Bill.
It's all right. I still
Oh,
don't know if
geez.
I even like it or not. So
You
We're
fucking
gonna-
like it. You like it, Bill.
we'll find out.
If
'Cause
you
I'm
can
really-
determine what I do with my day when I do it from Connecticut
I
through
didn't
my
say anything.
husband, I determine that you like this show. All right, how about that? Win. Cindy's
The
right.
the other 2 OVAs were the Lost Girls ones. Yeah, they brought back the blonde Titan bitch, and I was like, oh, I didn't like her to begin with, so I'm not really interested.
Wait, what? Whoa, hold on. What
Annie.
blonde Titan bitch are we talking about?
Annie.
The female Titan.
You don't like Annie?
She didn't do much for me.
What the fuck does that mean? What do you mean? She's
Her
great.
character
She's
was
happy.
annoying, and then she was a
You're
Titan,
annoying.
killed a bunch of people, and then she got put in a crystal thing, and then yeah.
She
Oh,
got hit
he
by a
hasn't.
smooth criminal.
Well, yeah, I haven't seen season 4, so I have no idea what happens next.
It doesn't even matter. You know what? Because that's rude. Because Annie's wonderful. She's gorgeous with her big old. If I could ever get into shape, that's like my dream is to go cosplay as the female Titan. But I gotta fucking go to the gym or some shit. You know what I mean?
And then the final OVA was the Misaka trauma dump one, where she's having another mental breakdown because that's just what she does.
She's
And
beautiful.
it was the one where she's having a mental breakdown that gives herself a better life, and it still ends with her being fucking miserable. I was like, okay, she can't even be happy in her dreams. Great.
That's why I relate to Mikasa.
For
Yeah.
real.
I
It
love
was
her.
like, no, Aaron actually just dies in an air balloon accident in that version. It's just
Yeah, I was like, what the? I'm like, okay, sure, whatever.
God, Matt, you have a huge head.
I know.
But yeah, that's been my Attack on Titan experience. I'm probably going to start season 4 tonight.
Season 4 is like a completely different show.
Oh my God, you're gonna.
That's what I've heard.
Oh boy, I'm
That's
so
what I've
excited
heard.
for you.
I just want to get through it so I can watch something else.
No, you're gonna watch. What do you mean something else? You're gonna watch it a second time.
I want to watch other shows.
Well, he's not gonna do it immediately. We've already discussed it. We're gonna go kind of like, I don't know if we're gonna do season by season or like part by part, but we're gonna cover it.
Season.
Wait,
We're
are
gonna
we
cover
not?
it a little bit more closely on Geek Addicts.
Are we not gonna do the Titans nipples?
Well, that's gonna come eventually. That'll come.
Yeah,
eventually.
no, you should watch the Titans nipples. That's some good shit.
But yeah,
For
that's
those who don't know, Cindy's referring to the live action Attack on Titan movie.
Oh, my bad.
Oh,
I
yeah,
forgot
that's
that
a-
other people
that's a
would
thing.
listen to this.
that's a thing.
It's
that-
a thing.
There's two of
Is
them.
is it good or is it on the good side or the bad side of live action? Okay, that's all I need to know.
It's
Put it
awesome.
this way. These movies came out when all there was season 1.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's you gotta watch it though, because like it's great.
So when the show still was like, I thought it was going one way, and now it's, I don't even recognize it anymore.
Yeah. So since we're gonna be doing the big roundtable once that comes, I also started watching Attack on Titan again, just to kind of refresh myself. I've gotten through season 2, and going back to the whole like rewatching thing, like there's so many things that I see now, like whenever Aaron's talking about his experience with the Colossal showing up and everything, or Connie's talking about what happened with his village and everything. You always see fucking Reiner in the background, just kind of like side eyeing them, looking at him through the corner of his eye, like, oh fuck.
Did you ever did I tell you my reaction to like Barkdoll being it's Barkdoll, right? Is the Colossal Titan's name, right?
Berthold.
Berthold.
What the fuck was that?
Berthold. I don't
Bill's
remember
bad
these
with
names.
anime names.
Apparently.
Well, especially when it's a character I don't really care about. Because my legit reaction when it was Berthold was revealed as the Colossal Titan, my legit reaction to the screen was, this guy? It's like
The
Yeah.
tall, quiet guy.
the guy that did nothing the entire series, and then
Well, he was the one who was like doing it right. Like, no, I'm undercover. I'm not going to like make a scene. And then you got Ryan over
I
here
know.
like, oh, I'll help you guys.
Yeah, no, my legit reaction was just like, this guy really? And then he died, and I laughed. I was like, good. Like, get lost.
He got eaten by weird baby Armin Titan.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was so weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, the
Armin.
CGI Colossal Titan, when you see it in season 2, my legit reaction was, ew.
Yeah, I liked it better when it was 2D.
When it was
When
drawn
they
and not,
started, when they started doing the Colossal and CG, it started looking like really weird.
it looked like oddly proportioned and gross, and I was like, nope, don't like that.
I love how like a lot of the fights with the Titans are like straight up like MMA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Annie.
Yeah.
You guys just went really weird for a second. Sorry. I'm like Annie, because she was like really cool. I don't know.
I don't know.
Fuck
The only
you,
thing I
but-
really
I'm with you. Don't get me wrong.
the only thing I remember about her was when she was running and the guys following her were complimenting her ass the entire time, and I'm just like, really?
Yeah.
Like the
I'll
Titans.
never forget the
Titan's
first
got a nice
time-
ass.
the first time she ever ran, when you could hear it, like, because that's like one of my like super spooky things, whether it's horror or supernatural, whatever, like spooky shit, is hearing something running at you, and then it turns like, well, I guess the camera turns, even though obviously it's the animation, and you see her, and like I lost my shit. Remember that, Matt? I lost my
Mhm.
shit. That was so scary. I loved
Mhm.
it. Because I was
Ugh.
scared.
Attack on Titan's a trip. That's all I'll say.
It is.
It's fucking awesome. I don't know what's wrong with you. You should love it by now.
Bill likes his rom-coms.
Yeah, he's sensitive.
Yeah,
It's okay.
it's not even that. I think it's because I grew up with Alex watching nothing but Sailor Moon, and then I discovered Inuyasha, and I think that just kind of set my taste from there on.
You know what? It's because you didn't have a horribly traumatizing youth, and that's great. I'm happy for you, but that's why I like fucked up shit. Because that's that's where it comes from. I swear to God. So I like it. Do you like Friends? The show Friends.
That's my favorite sitcom. Yes.
I fucking bet. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, you must have had such a good life, dude. I'm so happy for you.
I don't even know how to comment.
You made it weird,
It's
Cyndi.
okay. I was being my bad. Yeah, that's right. Drink.
So
Red Solo Cup.
where were we, Matt? I completely forgot.
I don't know.
we
We were talking about
started.
Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Well, you were going over your rewatch. That's what it was.
Oh yeah. I kept up with the ongoings. Then I watched season 1 and season 2. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to get through the rest because I got some stuff coming up at work that might make it difficult. But I have been playing a little bit more games. I beat that Lion King game.
Nice.
Yep. And now I'm like halfway through the first PS1 Spider-Man game.
Oh, I love that game because it's a good game, but it is so stupid at the same time.
Oh yeah, it's so cheesy. Especially
wanna
Venom.
keep
Venom's
playing
just
the,
like super cheesy.
I'm sorry. I want to
You wanna
keep
keep
playing
playing
the
what?
Toy Story one.
Oh,
Remember
Toy
we were
Story
playing that?
2
Buzz Lightyear?
I think it was, yeah. I just remember that the other day and I want to play it.
It's on
It's good.
PlayStation.
It's a good platformer.
Maybe after this we should play it. Or I'll play it.
I'm
Anyways,
up for playing
continue.
games. But you still have to play more Persona.
Oh yeah. Did I ever go in? No, I didn't.
No, you never went
I
into the
fell
dungeon.
asleep. I fell asleep that night.
Cindy's starting to get bored with the slow start.
I hate it. I hate like okay, so like I like games that are like keep you like like I don't know, I'm ADHD, so like I need constant stimulation. And that game so far it's just press the button, press the button, press the button. Like and Matt keeps telling me he's like, "No, it's going to get better." And I'm like so frustrated because I'm trying to have faith that it's going to get better, and I like the idea of the story. I like the idea of the game, but I hate the button. Like
the start is extremely slow. It's the one major flaw that game has.
It's hard.
But it's also kind of necessary to like set up the story.
True. Yeah. I mean, the thing with that game is once you get to around like the midway point, it straight up like hooks you because like it's like the big reveals start happening and then like all this crazy stuff.
Yeah, like she just saw Yukiko on the Midnight Channel and now she disappeared. So now like she's pretty much about to enter the dungeon.
Sorry, there's this one. Can you guys see the one little star to the bottom left that's sparkling?
Yes. Yeah.
It's like I can't stop looking at it.
It's sucking you in.
Yeah, I just tried to touch it and realized like I can't.
He can change the background.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
We can go motorcycling.
That's worse, bro. I'm not. Again, I'm ADHD.
3D background.
See, I can't even see what's happening, so that's even fucking.
This obnoxious one.
Oh my god, that's like LimeWire.
Put on the angry face.
Oh, Alex. No, it doesn't work in the 3D
I can't
screen.
see.
Oh, there's 3 of us.
I just see red hair and half of an eyelash.
Yeah, I'll bring space back.
My stupid face is in the way. Sorry. A red head is better, I guess. I'm sorry. Oh, wait. You guys can't. I'm blocking myself out, but you can't see that because you have your own screens. I don't do technology. I'm sorry. I'm from the woods.
I had to set it up.
What, my little area? I like the background. I was telling Bill, like, my trippy tapestry.
That's why I thought that would be a good spot. Plus, there's a 3-prong plug behind the couch, so it worked out.
Yeah. Because we only have, like, 2 in the whole fucking old-ass house, man. Like...
Yeah, for real. They're all just the two prongs.
It's like, wait. Oh, no, Bill's only been in this house, like, once or twice, I think.
No, he has just before the tree.
Yeah, I was in the before the tree.
Yeah, but it was only a couple times, and then he was at the trailer.
I'm not 100%.
I don't remember. I did go to a Halloween party in the house at one point. So.
Oh my god, I forgot about. No way. Shut
Yeah,
up.
he was there.
You were here for
Well,
that?
I think he showed up like later on.
Yeah, because I had.
I was a little fucked up that night. I'm sorry.
I don't remember what I was doing that night. I think I had to I think I had other I was like doubling on parties because there was so many at that point.
Yeah, I love Halloween. I want to have another one.
Yeah, that would be nice. Cyndi, we got you here. We forgot to ask the last time you were on. You have to tell what was up. Remember when you set the question in for the Q&A we did? What was it about, Bill?
To be honest, I don't remember.
Oh
anymore.
my
Check in your
God.
messages.
No, I know.
You know?
I know.
All right, the floor is yours, Cyndi.
Okay, so
Well, remind us again what the question was.
I don't remember the question.
It was $1 million butt thing, wasn't it?
$1 million, but every time, I think it was like every time you jack off, you sing.
Was that I've been working on the railroad?
I've been working on the railroad. Now listen. The only reason that so when I was with my my son's father, we used to have a weekly dinner with his family, and Kate, his sister, she was working at a nursing home, and there was this old man. Mind you, she told us this all for dinner. He was always trying to wank it, but he couldn't because he was like old. And when he did that, he would be singing, "I've been working all the railroad doing this number." So like when I say that, because I remember Matt said something about like, oh, it was like depending on the circumstance. No, it's literally if you're waking up, whether there's somebody there, you're in the bathroom, you're, I don't know, in your bedroom. It doesn't matter where you are. If you do that, you start singing that song. So people will most likely hear you. $1 million butt, bitch. Tell me now, Bill. Huh? I feel like $1 million isn't enough money, honestly.
I feel like the walls are pretty thick at his place. I think he'll be fine.
I do
At
live
his
alone.
place, yeah.
I do live alone.
Yeah, but
For
imagine
now.
if you like had to go somewhere else. Like, what if you ended up living at your mom's house again? If like your house burnt down, and you had to go live, or your sister's, or fucking your friend's house, or what if you got the hankering at work or something? You know, everybody's gonna know. Like, who's in the bathroom going, I've been working, you know what I mean? Like, no. $1 million is not enough. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Especially because I don't even know if $1 million would be able to get you in a better situation.
Exactly.
I'm sure
nowadays, yeah.
that would also probably lead to some depending on the situation, that could lead to some very negative consequences for you.
Exactly. I feel like nowadays in our economy, $1 million is not. No. Nope.
Yeah, no.
Glad we settled that situation here right now.
Well, I'm glad I know the context now because I don't think I understood the question when we recorded it.
Hey, and you know what? I don't mind. Sorry about that. I don't mind the way I look. So if you want to use this video, it's okay. I think I look sort of better than I normally do, actually. So, yeah. Just kidding. I was winking at myself.
So I don't know if you heard about this, Bill, but I guess
Bill
Dragon Quest is releasing slime golf balls. Are you gonna be making those?
Probably not.
What does that mean?
Like the slime from Dragon Quest?
Like they're just colored that way?
Well, they have a face.
Oh.
We haven't heard about it. Something tells me they're not going to want to pay for like top of the line golf balls, so they're probably going to do like one of the cheaper companies.
Wait a minute. Does your place actually make like cool looking ones? Like colors?
It They can. I don't have any on hand. I do have a one that has like Oreos all over it.
Oh my god! If you okay, I know this sounds totally weird, but my kid has this weird thing where like he likes golf balls, and like when he finds random ones or like cool ones, he'll keep them. If you get any like cool or weird or whatever ones, like can I have some for Sandy?
If I get them, I rarely ever do.
Just steal. There's got to be some lying on the floor in the corner. Come on now. Take it.
I can't say anything on the podcast. That's all I'll say.
That's fine. Nobody needs to know. I got you back. It's all hypothetical, right?
Unfortunately, you don't. The colorful, fun ones, rarely you'll find them laying around because those are usually special ordered. But
Gotcha.
Anyways, slime golf balls though, that would be interesting. I don't think we'd make them just because we're busy enough as it is. I don't think Squeenix is gonna want to pay Callaway prices.
Fair. So yeah, it was mentioned on 3DO this week already, but Fable 4 was delayed to next year, and I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, I'd rather it be a good game than rushed and broken. So
yeah. Although branching off of what you guys are talking about, I'm pretty confident it's going to be an open world game. I can't see any reason why they wouldn't do that.
Yeah, well, open world fatigue is starting to set in, so maybe they might change their mind, but
I feel like they've been working on it long enough where it's probably going to be a pretty damn big game.
Yeah,
this is one of those few occasions where I'll be okay with. I'll still play it. I'm fine with it.
Well, I'm sure most people will. If it comes to PS5, I'll definitely give it a shot.
You still got to play Fable 2, motherfucker.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I got priorities. I got to watch Attack on Titan right now.
Fair enough.
But yeah, we've gone on good 20, almost half an hour. We should probably get into our topic.
Oh, yeah, that's the whole topic. I forgot.
Did you like the tagline I gave you, Cyndi?
Yeah, I noticed that earlier. Yeah, I did have a moment about the cat. I did. I love cats.
On that note, we should probably mention what our topic is. We're talking about Suzume, the 20... When did Suzume come out? It was 2022. It is a Japanese anime film directed by Makoto Shinkai. So the same guy that did like Your Name, Weathering with You, 5 centimeters per hour or per second, I think. A whole bunch of awesome films recently. He's kind of like the hottest director in like the anime space right now in terms of anime films. And Suzume was his most recent film. And I'd argue it might be his best, but that is a very loaded question.
Well, you've just watched it for the first time, Cyndi. Where do you think? Like, where would you rate this above or below Your Name?
Oh, that's like a wicked fucking loaded question. Because Your Name was awesome, but like, I feel like I have a bias with what's it called? We just watched it. Suzume. I feel like I'm biased about it because of like the weird revelation I had at the end, like personal revelation, which I kind of got into with Bill because you fucking ran away on me. Like, oh, Bill's ready for you. Like, so, I had a weird revelation. So like, I feel like I'm biased because Suzume had a connection for me. But I did love Your Name. But I also haven't seen the other 2 movies.
Well,
you know what I mean? I feel like I can't make a good depiction if I haven't seen, or I can't pick if I haven't seen all of them.
There's like, I think he has like 8 films at this point now, but like he didn't, his films didn't really become recognizable until Your Name. Your Name was like such a massive success that it actually surprised the industry. Yeah, his older films apparently are a lot more, even more trippy than like Your Name and like Weathering with You and Suzume are. So,
well, I think out of those 3, Suzume is probably the most trippy.
Yeah,
lot of
Suzume
ways.
definitely has. Suzume has a much better conclusion than Weathering with You did. Your
And you
name
saw
definitely.
What's it
Hmm?
called?
Weathering with You is
Weathering
the.
with You.
So Matt, you saw that one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What's the other one you just said though?
So he has a whole bunch of films. The other one that's very well known is called 5 centimeters per second, I believe.
Okay, I thought it was like something weird. Okay.
Yeah,
Look it up.
his filmography. How many films has he done? He has done the Place Promised in our early days, 5 centimeters per second, Children Who Chase Lost Voices, The Garden of Words, Your Name, Weathering with You, and Suzume. So he's done 7 films.
Gotcha. And the last one came out 2022, so it's been a few years since the last one. I feel like we're due.
Yeah, he might be working on a new one.
I love his art. I love like the way that the art is because it reminds me of like so sometimes it looks super hyper realistic, but then it also has that CGI look, and then it'll look like watercolor. Like it's just the way he can or whoever it is that's doing the art part, like combining all of that art into one and making it look so fucking I don't know, trippy and realistic, I guess. Like I was saying to you earlier about like how my memories, like yeah, I love the art. It's dope. So if
Also,
all of his movies are like that, like I need to watch them all.
Also the music, like the way that like they do music, like I still think like when I think Your Name, like Zen 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 always pops right into my head. The main theme for that movie. Suzume itself also has like a phenomenal score that really fits the very serious nature of this film.
And
Yeah,
the way
for
that the music kind of like the way that I don't know how to explain it. It's like you don't realize it's happening. It's so connected and so natural. You don't realize that the music has started playing. Like it's really nice.
I will say one big thing about Suzume, like I think as an overall story, I prefer Your Name just as a complete package. But Suzume, like I will say, like as a character, I love her. Like she is like one of my favorite main characters in a film. Because she like is a character really. Like that's kind of the thing about her. Like she has an arc. It's kind of like got a combination of a coming of age story also, but she's also trying to save the world. And she has to make some pretty important choices throughout this film.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I adore her English voice actress. I think she like nails that character very much.
Who plays her, by the way? Because I kept hearing something in her voice.
It's a
She
relatively
sounded familiar.
so it's an actress I don't actually recognize. Nicole Sakura. She is from the NBC sitcom Superstore.
Oh, okay.
And believe it or not, she has not really done any anime.
What's her name? Sorry.
Nicole Sakura or Sakura.
Well, that's not super surprising because when it comes to movies, I feel like
okay.
It's usually more like live action actors that generally get cast for like the big like standalone movies.
Yeah, it's interesting because like the main hero of the main the male lead, I should say, he's voiced by Josh Keaton.
Okay. Keaton. Not like Michael Keaton.
No, Josh Keaton.
Okay.
He's been Spider-Man in various media. He was a character in Voltron. A lot of video games, World of Warcraft, some Pokemon series. He's been in a lot of stuff. Yeah. Not a lot of anime roles though either.
I was trying to look to see some other things that she's played before, but
it's a lot of live action. Yeah, other than that though, a lot of the actors in this film
What the fuck?
weren't mostly anime actors. It was more I believe who had the licensing for this film? I believe it was
Did you guys see this? Can you see that weird ass picture? What the
No.
fuck is going on there? You can't see that?
Oh.
That's
the mouth?
creepy.
That looks like it was edited.
It's supposed to be, yeah, no, it has to be because like she's absolutely beautiful. And then that, I'm sorry, I didn't know if you guys were seeing the same Googles. You know, our Googles could be different. Like,
apparently she was in Laser Team 2,
Oh, maybe.
the Rooster Teeth movie.
Oh, potentially, yeah.
Which I find interesting. Huh.
I'm just gonna send it to Matt.
And I believe the localization team was I think it was G Kids again, and they tend to use a lot of more prominent voice actors compared to like Your Name was done by Funimation or Crunchyroll as they are now. So that was a lot of well-known anime VAs in that film. So
yeah, except wasn't Kyle Hebert in that movie?
Kyle Hebert was in it. Stephanie Sheh, she was the main. She was Mitsuha.
Gotcha.
I don't know how to do my phone.
So where do you guys want to start plot-wise? Going over.
I don't know. I mean, it basically just starts out with her like starting her day, and then she just gets stopped by this random dude on the street. It's like, hey, you know if there's any ruins around here?
Yeah, you know, average stuff that you just ask a random schoolgirl.
Yeah, right. And
I love how all these films have like disaster settings too for some reason. Like it's always like some sort of like
yeah.
Well, it makes sense. Like Matt and I have talked about, like disaster is a huge part of Japanese culture because of us. Fucking go us, fucking troublemakers. But yeah, no, like the first thing I noticed before she even met the dude was I said to Matt, I was like, oh, tsunami. I just immediately, I was like, it's a tsunami. And like, then obviously as we build up, we learn the whole natural disaster thing. And
well, yeah, actually, come to think of it, it's always a natural disaster. And all the three of the movies of his that I've seen, it's always a natural disaster.
Not even just that, but like if you think about anime in general, a lot of like the big things we've seen, like look at fucking Attack on Titan, like we were talking about. Same thing. Like it's technically a big phenomena. Like,
I mean, if you want to call giant regenerating zombies a natural disaster, sure.
When you put it into like a metaphorical, or you know what I mean, like you put it into an artistic way, it makes sense. Like just like how the never mind. I almost just spoiled. I'm not spoiling shit, Bill. Fuck you. We'll get to that later. But yes, the tsunami thing got me. Suzume, yeah, the tsunami thing got me right off guard.
I don't know. I guess basically the basic overview is high school girl accidentally removes the seal on a terrifying otherworldly monster.
Yeah, the classic, like, you know, you go into this like abandoned area and you see this thing on the ground that you're like, this looks important. I should touch it right away.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't touch it. You should never touch it. Like everything I've ever learned about the weird supernatural and like creepy shit I'm into is you see that, you fucking leave it. You don't touch it. You don't look at it. Just walk away.
What's
crazy? Ruined everything.
What's crazy is though she picks it up and then it comes to life, and her first response is just throw it away.
I love how she's like, all right, this is fucked up. I gotta go. Like that's the first smart thing I've ever seen in any movie ever. Was she's just like, no, I'm leaving. Like,
no, that was like classic. I didn't do. If no one knows I did it, it didn't happen. And then she just
exactly off. Like, let's just pretend. Let's just pretend. Ignore that I just unleashed some sort of fucking evil on the world.
Yep, and then she gets to go to school and see this giant thing appearing out of the mountains in the corner.
Yeah, you know what though? She handles it so well as a teenage girl, knowing that like, oh, this is nobody else can see what I'm seeing through this window, right? She's just like, oh, I gotta go deal with this. Like anybody else would be in a little loony bin, you know, would have white walls and a nice little jacket. Like she handles it so well, but like, I'm gonna go figure out what the fuck I just did. Like, you know,
I love how she just leaves class like no one questions it. It's like, okay,
yeah, that was interesting too.
And it's assumed she showed up late too because she turned around and went there before she went to school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
But the scene where she gets back to the ruins and sees the random doorway open with the she doesn't she earlier go through that door at first and she's like, what the fuck?
Like, well, she like goes through it, but she's like still where she can't actually enter the world, but she can see the world.
Back and forth, yeah. Like when she crosses through, she sees it, she crosses through, she's still in her world. Turns around, boom, there it is. Like she can't pass that threshold. And like I thought that was interesting the way they did that. I didn't fully understand until later. Like she kind of had to have the knowledge and the mindset, the energy and the power to say, I'm going into this world, you know, and she didn't have it at that point.
Well, also at that point in time, she hadn't removed the keystone, so
true.
It was still a seal on the door.
Did you see that? Yeah.
She was also having this recurring dream by this point where she's like in that area and she's being like cradled by this mysterious person who we'll find more about later, but there's a whole
assumes it's her mother.
Yes. Her mother who has tragically died at the point of this film, which is a recurring theme in these movies, I'm realizing now. But when she goes back, she sees the door is open and that they call it the worm is invading Tokyo and it's about to fall as the male lead of this film. His name is Sota tells her, and Sota is a closer, as they call them, who their entire mission is they have to find these openings and close them with a key in like a metaphorical sense. And basically there's this whole dramatic thing because the door is completely gone haywire at this point and they have to both work together to close it. And once they do, they go back to Suzume's place where she's living with her aunt at the time. And they're just chilling. And then a cat shows up.
My baby. He's my baby. It's my baby kitty.
He looks like weathered and like starving when he first shows up. And then like all of a sudden he gets happy and he's healthy again.
Yeah.
I love that cat. I love that cat so much.
He's a very flawed character in a lot of ways.
Very misunderstood. I mean, for the most part, he's trying to like help them out, but like the fact that like the dude gets turned into the chair, like that was definitely the cat's fault. The cat did that on purpose. Like,
well, the cat deliberately tricks him
but that's
into
the whole point. Sorry.
True. Just the cat, we find out later, deliberately tricks Sota basically as a way of freeing itself from its duties as a keystone, but also at the same time, basically the cat, because Suzume freed it, the cat loves Suzume now and wants to spend its life with her. The problem is, to do that, it has to trade its spot with someone else, and it chooses Sota instead. And turns him into a chair.
Would you?
I mean, yeah, but like I saw it kind of differently. I saw it a little bit differently. Like I saw it like that. Like he has to, for him to break free from being the keystone. I saw it that not only did he have to get someone else, right? But okay, so we're gonna get into it. Okay, so like let's think of like true love's. What is it? What is the thing that Frankie does?
True love's kiss.
True love's kiss. A true love's kiss, right? Remember the whole thing with her kissing the chair and blah blah blah. So here, let's get into it. Okay, we're gonna fucking get into it, guys. Okay, this is what's been going on in my head the whole movie. All right. So Kitty, right? My little friend Kitty. he wants to break free from the chains of being the Keystone, because obviously he was somebody before that sacrificed himself in some way to be the protector. That's how I see it. Okay, like hold on, give me a minute, Bill, with your face. All right, don't rub your chin. And I see it that like, fuck you. I see that he has to go through that, but obviously he's still a person with a heart, or like an entity with a heart, a god, whatever the fuck they want to call it. But he didn't have anybody who loved him, right? Like the way that Suzume, what's her name? Fuck.
Suzume.
Suzume.
The name is in your tagline right there.
Suzume. Suzume loved Soda, right? Like
Well,
obviously that's the whole point.
At this point, they kind of just met.
You know what? Have you ever heard of love at first sight? All right. Stop ruining things, Phil. All right. Love at first sight. Well, she knew. Right there.
He was a very pretty boy.
Apparently.
True.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, honestly, look at him. Like the first time you see him, he's got the with his hair and everything. Come on. So like I see it that like yes. Listen. Yes, Sota was supposed to become. I saw it as he was supposed to become the new Keystone. Like there is a cycle, because Suzume could see the shit that Soda and his family could see. So I feel like it's kind of like a passing of the baton type thing. But because Suzume loved Soda, we got to where we did. And the cat was like, I love Suzume. Because obviously there was some weird thing where obviously he loved her and he protected her, and he put himself back there so that they could love each other and continue the fucking closers. That's what they do. They bang. Eventually they're going to bang and they're going to continue the line of closers.
Well, and she already sat on his face.
Story. It's a love story. She did. She sat on his face. Motherfucker. Like, I'm just saying, come on now. I'm putting on my just a girl who loves cats shirt. Excuse me, because I love cats. She should. When the cat was like, Suzume doesn't love me or whatever, I literally started crying. Did I not, Matt?
Yeah.
I started crying because it was horribly sad. She should have chosen.
And then he shrivels up and he's like the homeless cat again.
Oh, I was lost.
My only argument to that is just. It's not explained, so we don't know. But the fact that there is another Keystone later that is also a cat leads me to believe it's there's a bit more to it. But I don't really know.
Cats are also very fickle creatures.
Yeah, they are. They are. And I see it, like I said earlier. Oh, wait. Yeah, that wasn't actually recorded, I don't think. But it was clearly yin and yang. We have the white small cat with the black big cat. And then when they change into their like alter egos, when he changed into protecting her, he's black and he's bigger. And the other one turns white. Like it's yin and yang. So like you have to have both. You have to have both to make harmony, right? Like I don't know how much you know about that type of stuff, but
hey, the black cat was grooming the white cat, so maybe they love each other and they were.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's also my thing with. I don't think Soda was supposed to become the Keystone, because even after
grandfather did say he fucked up.
Well, yeah, because even then, like because later in the film, Soda becomes the next Keystone to save Japan, because a giant worm is going to crush Tokyo or wherever they were in the film.
You're right, though, because if you think about it that way, maybe the Keystones were always meant to be the Keystones. But because Soda fucked up, but Suzume came and she saved him.
Well, also the fact that the other Keystone is still active and kind of not, it is clearly on a mission to fix things. I think it's implied that like Soda's not supposed to be the Keystone. Like it's a temporary fix to a bigger problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Like a little bit of fucking like duct tape kind of deal.
There's also another thing about this movie that is more of a production thing. In the original draft, Shinkai had actually.
Sorry, I made myself hot with this. Like I can't.
in the original like draft for the script for Suzume, Shinkai actually wrote it where he intended Suzume to actually be a lesbian, and
No.
she was gonna have a female love interest, but it was changed
Was
during
it Chia?
production. Hmm?
Was it that girl Chia was supposed to be the?
We don't know. Not enough of that script has really been shown, but how much they get on it kind of is implied that maybe.
Well, I don't know. I kind of feel like, I mean, for the story itself to work, what like the Sota character would have just been. Maybe that's why he's so pretty. Maybe he's just like, well, if he can't be a girl, at least he'll look like a girl.
Well, I think it's more just like it was the script was changed overall. I think the original script was a lot different.
Okay.
Because the reason why they basically the higher ups at the product like studio, the higher ups basically distributors and stuff got cold feet on that because Japan is still culturally kind of behind in a lot of ways, especially for a big name film that was going to be shown in theaters. Don't say I agree with it, but I understand why they made the decision. But yeah, that's just a little production note that I found kind of interesting.
Yeah,
Because
you told the story when you talked about this on GNC? Didn't you say the story was like, oh well, he said, well, fine, if they can't be lesbian lovers, I'm just gonna make him a chair because fuck you.
Yeah, I believe that was like Shinkai. I believe that was
Yeah.
Shinkai's response. Like,
I did make a fun little joke earlier today about, he's got 3 fucking sticks, she's got 3 fucking holes, so kind of works out.
Jesus Christ.
well, also, the chair has a lot of important sentimental backstory to Suzume as well, because it was something that her mother made for her before her mother passed.
Now you
But
have to make me sound like a dick. Yeah, you're right.
So where did the child chair go?
What? That was a child chair.
No. Little Suzume lost her chair.
Oh no, that's revealed at the end.
But no,
Yeah.
but then where did you don't understand how this is a cyclical thing.
Oh.
The bigger, because it said earlier that when she was a kid she lost the chair and then she found it again, but the finding it was the older Suzume who had the chair for years giving it to her. So where did the original so that chair is basically in a time loop.
That's
Yes.
the cycle of the time loop.
But
Yes.
where did it go when she lost it the first time?
It went into that world. That's how I see it. It's a whole, like you just said, a cycle of time. If you think about all the different ways that time science, I guess, works, it would make sense that this all happened the way it was supposed to.
It is never explained how it lost the leg. I think
That's a question right there. Is how did it lose its leg? But I figure it's from the tsunami that I assume happened.
The tsunami that happened in Weathering with You.
And I see it as like it went in through the door, and somehow it's just the way that time works. She found it in there.
But that's what I'm saying. Like she didn't find her chair. She found the chair that had already gone through. Like I don't know. I'm trying to explain it in a way that makes sense.
That's the fun thing about time.
It's like she has the chair, right? She has the chair.
Time loops don't make sense.
She loses the chair. She gets the chair from the future. Where did the chair from the past go?
It's one of those things where they just.
It was there the whole time.
No, it wasn't.
No.
Her mother made it.
Yeah, it was there the whole time. It was there. That's the whole fun thing about time and time loops.
It's one of those things where it's like, don't think about it too hard.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you can't think about it too hard. You just have to accept it as it is. Like, I don't know. Okay, so I was telling Bill this earlier before you came on, before we started, like, really going into this. This whole movie, when it got me, right, was when I realized that the art style. So she's, like, having a memory of the chair being made, and it's all black and white, and the chair is yellow. And you know me with my black and white like art, like I love the black and white. And I realized literally in that moment for the first time in years for myself that that's how I see my memories. Like that's why I like that kind of art, is because I see everything in like a black and white way, except for the one thing the focal point. It's in color. And then you get into the rest of the story that happens after that and the trauma. And like, I went through trauma therapy. So for the people listening, I went through trauma therapy recently. And there's like a whole big thing, but whatever. There's little Cyndi, big Cyndi, adult Cyndi, and young Cyndi, right? And when I saw that part in the movie with those two, young Suzume and older Suzume, meeting up, and older Suzume soothing younger Suzume and saying, like, it's okay, like, this is how it's supposed to be, but you're gonna be okay. You don't have to be strong, you don't have to be sad, like, everything's gonna work out the way it's supposed to. Like, that's part of the chair. The chair is okay, Matt, like, nobody else will get this, but Matt, my little teddy bear, my special teddy bear with the heart that still smells, that's my chair. Do you know what I mean? So, like, that's where it all clicks together. It was always there. In the grand scheme of things, that chair was always there and meant to be there in that abyss, in that friggin' limbo world, or whatever the hell they call it. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, so whether someone had it in the past or in the future, it doesn't matter, because it was there in the middle to make that connection with time. I don't know. Maybe there's some nerds out there who will understand what I'm trying to say. Like, or nerds in my nerd way that will get what I'm trying to say. But like, I'm beyond you guys, okay? I'm with the aliens, okay? You guys don't know what I'm talking about. I already can tell. Looking at both your faces, you have no fucking clue. I sound like an idiot.
Did the aliens steal your banana organs?
So, one thing I really like though is like once the cat Dajin, I believe its name is, ends up running off and kind of doing this whole catch me if you can kind of routine. The kind of plot of the film goes from like Suzume and Soda the Chair go off on this basically coming of age growing up adventure where she runs from home, much to the annoyance of her aunt. And she kind of ends up, the plot basically goes, she goes from place to place and there are worms basically coming out of different doors.
She gets fucked. No? Oh my god, you literally just gave me the worst look ever. Sorry. I was thinking because the worms and the 3 legs and... Go ahead. Coming of age. Sorry. Don't push your glasses up, Bill. Oh my god, I feel so ashamed.
But
Go ahead.
One of the cool things I liked about the story is like she'll end up at like place to place, and she'll meet up with like a person in each area that's going through like a worm crisis, and she ends up like basically helping these people in ways like she'll either like work at like the bar or babysit some kids or help clean up this establishment, and she ends up building up these connections with these people because it's implied that Suzume really didn't get out much because she was kind of closed off after her mother died.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but how did she make those connections? I had said that to Matt. How did she make those connections? Because in the way that they play it out in the movie, she's there for like a day. So like they were like so worried about her and so cared about her, but it was like literally like a day.
Some people are just naturally extroverted like that. Like they just click with people.
There's also a different culture. Like I feel like people in Japan are probably nicer.
I'm sorry, but like if you're watching my fucking kids while I'm entertaining some men, apparently, because that's what it seemed like she did, that woman with the twins.
That's absolutely what she was doing.
Yeah. If you're watching my kids and then there's an earthquake fucking warning and you dip when you get back, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, I was so worried about you. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it was just a little bit too nice. I loved it. I love the wholesomeness of it. But like, realistically, it was like,
No, I kind of had the same thought. I'd be like, yo, you're supposed to be hanging out with my kids and shit. You just
yeah,
dipped
and
out,
she's
like,
still down in the bar. I don't know.
bitch gotta make that money. She fucking.
If she would make
Well, no,
that money.
the kids were fine. They had a chair.
Another chair
The
jumped out
chair
the window,
ran away
didn't
too.
They were asleep by then. Honestly, I think that was the.
I
thing.
thought that's what it was too. Yeah, I was thinking that later.
Yeah, because Suzume was
like,
hanging out downstairs by that point.
Yeah, because she had gone down to help. Not
Entertain
not,
men.
not the same way they were. She was just watching the bar. She's only 17. Not that that means a lot in Japan, but that's for another thing. So eventually we kind of reach the climax where Soda starts having his like. He basically starts like shutting himself down because he starts to realize he is the key, gonna be the next key, and you get that weird illusion of him like he'll get like frozen in his own headspace, and it takes Suzume a few times to wake him up. Like I love the scene where she's just shaking the chair like wake up. But eventually it comes to a full head when this giant worm is going to crush Japan basically, and it becomes this thing where she basically runs. She finds out that Daji is basically like, yeah, I'm not the key anymore, so it's not like it's gonna work. Even if you did, and basically it runs into this point where Suzume has no choice and she has to use Soda as the key, condemning him to that space, like that different plane of existence, but saving Tokyo or Japan for the time being.
Yeah.
And after that, we get, because there's there's that really awesome scene where because no one else can see the worm, Suzume just flies away, and all the people are like, "What?"
Yeah, that's pretty great.
Yeah, that was like, how did that not end up in like the newspapers? Like that was pretty. Everybody saw that too.
Well,
She
the
falls
chair
and
that
then-
was running around by itself was hitting up social media all over the place.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
And
and
the
like
cat,
nobody
like,
thought nothing about that.
Dajin's a social media personality at this point.
Yep.
But eventually after that, she's basically broken at this point because she basically had to sacrifice Soda to save the world. And she eventually runs back into her aunt and Soda's friend, who have become buddies by this point. So I always found amusing.
I like him.
He was fun. I loved
I
his
thought
like.
they were gonna do it.
I mean, it was left in the air. It's never implied, but it's one
Yeah,
of
but
those
then
things.
she has that guy at work too.
Nah, he's just a simp. He's just a simp.
Yeah, he was just simping.
Fair enough.
No,
I think
the cool guy who's going to be a teacher, that's the guy. He's
I
gonna
think
be-
I mean, yeah, he smokes cigarettes and everything. Like, fuck that guy.
he sings
I know-
oldies.
Literally, fuck that guy. Like,
You know what the best part was? The guy at her work shares the same voice actor as Sonic the Hedgehog from the games. So the whole time I'm like, hey, it's Sonic.
Jesus.
hey, listen, you can cut this if you want, but I gotta go pee.
And we're back.
So we were saying, Suzume's progression throughout the film is really interesting. Like, I love how she grows as a person. Like, because she starts out as kind of a really blank character, and then like she's expressive, and I love her, but like she's very simple from a personality standpoint. But like she grows as it goes on, like the point early on where she runs away from her aunt and gets on a random ship and then just goes on a journey with her chair. I love the image of her just carrying the chair everywhere. Like,
I know,
Yeah,
I
right.
did too. I thought that was like the cutest. Like, what
Like
would
the
you think
scene-
if you saw her? Like,
Everyone's giving her
Talking to a
weird
chair.
looks.
see, I've seen enough weird shit from people these days that I just be like, yeah, she's having a thing. Let's not bother her.
honestly, yeah. Like nowadays, it's totally fine.
Like, I love the scene where
Normal.
she's in the car with like the kids and the mother, and like the chair is like they're like putting stuff on the chair and trying to knock it over, and he's like keeping
Yeah.
the drinks level.
I
Like,
love that. I thought that was so cute.
Like,
I
they
could just imagine. I could just imagine somebody on the train just be like, "Hey, what are you doing with that chair?" Like, what do you mean? This is my boyfriend.
Yes, that's my
So-
man.
So after Suzume seals Soda with the chair, we had mentioned earlier, she gets dodgy and's like, now we can be friends, and Suzume basically rejects him, basically
She
being
almost
like,
smashed him.
yeah, she was like,
Oh!
you ruined my life. You ruined my life from the boy I just met like 3 days ago, but still.
Did that not literally Matt? When she was about to throw
Cindy
that
almost
fucking
rage
cat-
quit the movie. If she
I
had actually thrown the cat, she would
I
have
was
been
like,
"All right,
you
I'm
better
fine."
fucking not throw that cat. Like, I was so upset about that. That's where should have picked the cat. You know, Suzume doesn't love. Oh my god, no.
Well,
It's too
especially
much.
because the
It's too
thing is,
much.
though, like it's a little understandable because the entire movie, the cat's just been kind of an asshole trolling them. Like, not even.
Yeah, but he doesn't know. He's just trying to put. He just is very fucking blatant. Is how I see it. He's
He's a
blunt
cat.
and he's blatant.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's a
exactly.
cat.
Like I'm a cat person, so I understand. He's just being like, everybody's gonna die if you don't fucking do the right thing. Like he's a cat. Don't
He's
be
like, "Yeah, you better close that door. You better do
He's
it."
being real with you. You know what I mean?
So the next scene is one of the most traumatic scenes in the entire movie. It's the scene where they're at the gas station truck stop thing,
Yeah, the rest stop.
and Suzume is essentially like, because like the world is not properly fixed. Things are still bad. Like Soda's not supposed to be where he is. The other Keystone is kind of on the loose now, and basically,
Apparently, it's the negative keystone.
yes, because it causes her aunt to basically let out a little bit of her true feelings, of basically because she was Suzume's guardian and she didn't really have a
What is going on?
you okay, Matt?
It's Xander's webcam, and it was weird.
Sorry,
It's like balanced precariously. On top
I was
of the
like
left
super
top.
interested in what Bill was saying, and then you fucked it up. Go ahead,
I was
Bill.
just confused. But because she was Suzume's legal guardian when her mother died, and she was a lot younger at the time, basically her entire life got put on hold because she now had to raise a child that was not hers. But it was the right thing to do because it was her family. And she kind of put on a like, she accepted it, but you could tell that it bothered her a lot because it did kind of end any chance of having her own life.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't help too that Suzume's in that phase of life where she's not very cooperative and she's doing her own thing. So it was kind of a case where all the negative emotions from the other Keystone basically caused her to reveal some stuff that she didn't want to say. And they have a big kind of falling out here. Before it's revealed that, oh wait, it's the other Keystone, which is a giant cat.
But see, that's where I get the yin and yang from, because yin and yang are like from what I understand, I'm not like an expert, but like the male and the female, the negative and the positive, like there's like a balance, right? That's why we all have yin and yang within us. It's a balance. So like, okay, I'm a mother. I became a mother when I was 19 years old. I had all these fucking dreams, man. I had this big plan. I had all this going for me. But then I had this kid. Whether it was my kid or not, like if I had to take care of a child, you have those resentments. You have, like, I still, like, and I'm okay to say it because, like, I know my kids always come first. You know me, Bill. You've met me. Like, but that feeling is still there. Like, kind of. And I hope the people who are listening understand that, like, I'm a very bold person. Fuck you. I had these dreams. I had this life. I could have done this. But here I am putting it all up for you. That's natural fucking feeling. You know what I mean? Sorry about my language. It's just where I am. It's a natural feeling. But, like, that's the yin and the yang, right? You have the good where you're going to do what's right. But you still feel that. So, like, that kind of comes out, and, like, I don't blame the aunt. It made me cry. It made me cry
especially
when
because,
I watched it.
especially when you take into account too, Suzume was being pretty difficult around that point.
She was, and that's the thing. Is like, and in the aunt's defense, as a parent, like, because I could see it from both points of view, like, but as a parent, or especially a parent to someone who isn't naturally yours, I guess you could say, but it's your sister's kid. Like, if my brother ever, if I ended up with one of my nieces, like, and something happened to my brother and the other parent, you know, like, there would be a resentment. There would. It's natural, but like, that's what creates the whole yin yang. There has to be a balance between the two. And it's good that she did, like, for their relationship, for the aunt and the niece, for their relationship to break past that point of like, oh, this is what it is, to actually get that connection that they have at the end of the movie. They had to she had to let that out.
Well, yeah, that's like
know,
the
like,
most effective part of that entire scene.
Exactly. She had to say it. She had to say, hey, I resent you for this. I am angry because I was so young. I had a life that I could have lived. But here I am taking care of you, and now you're acting like a damn fool. You know, like, I don't know. Matt, as a step parent, you can kind of see it, you know, and like, it makes sense. It was really hard. I cried a lot. I tried to hide it from Matt, but I think he saw I cried a lot during this movie.
I had a feeling you were going to.
It's an emotion.
I was trying so hard to like hold it back. I'm like wiping my eye, like,
It's an emotional roller coaster by far.
It was beautiful though. Like, the way this guy puts his movies together, like, and it's like, it's upsetting and it hurts and you feel the feels, but you feel the benefit from it too at the end. You understand what it means at the end. When a lot of movies, you don't get that. Like, whoever this guy is who makes these movies, like
Makoto Shinkai.
That guy.
Yeah, Makoto Shishio, that's right.
It's like you get that all those emotions, but you can understand it at the end. You understand the whole pattern and the path of it, and you don't get that with most movies these days. Like, I truly believe that this guy is a fucking genius. He's been hurt in his life. He's been traumatized, but he's beautiful, and his art is beautiful. Like, the movies are wonderful. I want to watch the rest now. Matt, we got to watch the rest. Matt's frozen. Oh, are you back? Your eyes are just all messed up for a minute.
So
no, it's great. I love this guy. I love these movies.
So after their whole like heart to heart, when they air their grievances, and then they finally find a true connection for like probably the first time in a long time, as it's implied. Basically, the next thing is they set off, like, Suzume's still on her journey, and she's like, all right, we need to go here, back to where it all started. And I love the fact that they just rope Soda's friend into this whole journey because he's got a car.
Yep. I love the part where they fall into the ditch and the roof comes back.
Yeah,
like, oh, it's fixed. And the door falls off.
Okay, like with me and Matt's luck in life, that made perfect sense to me. Like, he crashes his car and it gets the airbags deploy, but the roof fixes.
Yeah,
that's like me and Matt's life. And Bill, you've heard enough of the past few years to know that's true. But you know what gets me is that, like, despite the fact that Suzume gets that closure on like her mother and like the whole thing, right? Her aunt never does. And I feel like that's a huge thing, is that her aunt, that was her sister.
It's left ambiguous, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like, especially too, because
we don't even know like how close they were either, because like it was implied that the aunt always lived in that city or whatever that other town was, and that Suzume and her mother were living like off in the country.
They had to have had something. Okay, so that's the one, and that happened with Your Name too. Where's the rest of the story? Where's the prequel? Where's the sequel? I want to know more about these specific stories that this guy writes, because they're so beautiful. They really are. They're beautiful stories, beautiful like imagery. Like, I love it. I want more.
It's the whole thing is very interesting the way it's written. Like I love like when they start the journey and like you've got the Soda's friend who's like, I don't know what the hell's going on here. You've got the aunt who just basically commandeers his car. You've got the two keystones, because I love how the negative, the other keystone just kind of is holding Dajin by the scruff the rest of the movie, which is really funny.
And they're okay with it. Everybody in the car is like okay with this random other big giant cat.
Did that cat just talk?
Yeah, and I love the scene too because Suzume is all like just in the back. She's like on a mission. She's like, I don't have time for anyone's bullshit. Let's go. And he's like, well, you need to eat. Here's this. I think it was one of those buns that they have in Japan. And I love just like the defiant way she eats it in front of him. She's like just like side eyeing, like her expressiveness is the reason why I love her so much. But when they do eventually get to the climax of the film, it's like this. They get to the place where it all started with like the door that she's had in her memories kept coming back, and basically they go through it. Her and the two keystones. And also, I love the fact too that when the car crashes, she just basically is like, "Hey, look, a bike. See ya." I'm just running off. They don't even question it.
Yeah, just like, "Oh, look, a bike. Perfect."
Well, you guys figure that out. I'm out.
Have fun calling AAA.
Yeah, but I love. In Japan? I love the whole. I have no idea. Probably a similar thing, but I love the scene though where like they're going over the they're in like the other plane of existence now, and you can see the mountain where Soda is in the distance, but of course the worm is like freaking out and the two keystones have to basically stop it. So you get this really cool climax where like the keystones are guiding, kind of like helping her get to the mountain as she climbs up, and the whole time like we're seeing Soda in his like ice prison in his head basically. And it basically takes a lot of like the scene where she finally gets up the mountain and she basically has to like use like all of her strength to like get him out of there.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say, like all this stuff with the doors, like, and Cyndi knows, like, it was very, very like evocative of the Dark Tower.
Yeah, it really, especially on the beach. On the beach with the door just sitting there, and like Matt was like, "Oh, is this like the what one was it?
The drawing of the three.
Drawing of the three." And it really was like it was a lot of Stephen King kind of innuendos,
like wildness. Like, I'm trying to think of the right word for it. It was just very strange.
Yeah, but the whole movie in general. One thing I said to Matt earlier was like, I love how they juxtapose the humor with the seriousness.
Oh yeah, that's a
like
Shinkai
immediately,
thing, like
immediately and throughout. They don't stop that. Like you have serious humor, and it keeps going. And I love that because that's how I get with life.
Even in Your Name, like with the whole thing where the guy realizes like, oh my god, this girl died 3 years ago, and like he's like going through all this shit trying to like figure out how to save her and everything, and then he wakes up in her body and he's like bawling, but he's still touching the boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows what's up.
So another fun thing too is so when we go through so after like she frees Soda, then the next thing is like they need to use both the keystones to seal the worm at both ends. So basically the two of them have to do it at the same time. And just like the scene where Dajin finally accepts his fate for what he's supposed to be, and he lets Suzume steal him away again. And then we get the weird like Deus Ex Machina where she finds her younger self.
Because we got to close that door.
Well, because that whole thing, like the whole time you think it's her mother, but then you find out no, it's her from the past, and she's like, "Oh, hi, me. Don't worry, shit's kind of suck, but you'll be okay. Here's your lost chair."
It is, but it also is like her way of okay. So if I look at it from a bigger picture, it's her way of dealing with what she never dealt with before in the trauma aspect of like, my mother died from a natural disaster that I couldn't control. So now here I am saving people from the natural disaster that I had no control over before. Now I have control over that fucking emotion, that feeling, that moment. You know, so like if you look at it from like that type of point of view, like I kind of see it as that's what the whole thing is. Like she kind of takes control of her own emotions. If you look at it in that deeper perspective, I guess, like, which me, because I'm fucked up, like that's what I do. And that's how I see what she does. She takes control of like, oh, this hurts me. We start the movie, right, with her having that dream with her mother, or what she says is her mother. And then we end it with the same thing. She's taking control of her own emotions and her own trauma, and she's now become part of the bigger picture of like, this thing killed my mom, but I can stop it next time. You know? So I see it from that point of view of like, deep.
Yeah.
That's what I do is deep.
I also forgot about the scene where when she finally gets her when she finally has her big resolution moment where she's at Soda's apartment, and she steals his boots because she lost her shoes during the worm incident. I just think that's really funny.
I thought it was great because it's like those are more sensible shoes for the type of shit you're doing.
Yeah.
But she did leave while she was still in her school uniform, so I mean, it's not like she had many options.
Yeah. So the way it ends then is they seal the worm, and then life gets essentially like Soda's back, like everything's back to normal. But Soda's like, all right, I have to go finish my studies like I was supposed to do, and you need to go back home and finish high school. So they kind of go.
I'm not trying to be that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so when that happened, you know how they do like the credits and then the scene and credits and scene. I was fucking losing my shit for a minute. I don't know if you noticed, Matt, but I was like pissed. I'm like, what do you mean they don't end up together? Like I was mad at first. I know they did eventually, but at first I was like, no.
It's got to be.
Bro's got responsibilities. He's got to take his teaching test. He's got to seal off those doors. You know, he still has an apartment. You know, he's got to at least close that out. You know, he's got.
It was like Your Name. Like, you know, they have to have their scene on the stairs where they're like, "Hey, can I ask you a question? What was your name?" So we have that perfect ending.
Yeah,
because it ends the same way. Where after the credits cut, it's her walking on her what I'm assuming is her final days of school, and Soda passes by on the bike like he did at the start, so we properly bookend the film. It was just like it was a nice little symbolic way. Shinkai's very good at doing that.
Really sweet how they ended it the same way it began. I thought it was very poetic.
Yeah,
you know me, I like poetic shit. I like the
shit
that hits your heart.
I read out because we passed over it earlier, but I love the scene when after the aunt kind of like has her emotional outburst because of the black cat. How she goes in and she's talking to Sota's friend there, and she's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I did that," and he's like trying to comfort her, and then he drops his ice cream, and he's just like, "Fuck."
Yeah. he's so upset. He's like, "Shit, damn it!"
It's like, "Damn it, I wanted that ice cream."
Well, I love the fact too, where like they bring up when they first see his car, and they're like, "Wow, you got such a nice car for a college student," and then you find out it's a fucking beater, and you're like, "Oh, yeah, that explains it."
Yep.
I thought it was great. It was absolutely perfect.
I love the movie. I still think Your Name is the better story, but I think as an overall package, Suzume I think is his best film yet.
I think that's fair.
Weathering with You is a good movie, but I think it's the weakest of the three.
I haven't seen yet. See, I feel like so far between what's the first one we saw?
Your Name.
Your Name, and the Suzume one. I connect more with Suzume. I loved Your Name, like the whole story and the way it was beautiful. But I connect emotionally, like personally, with Suzume a little bit more with the past trauma, childhood bullshit, blah 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 blah.
Well, the big difference is Your Name is a pure love story. Suzume, there is a love story, but it's not the main focus. It's very much it's a coming of age story.
Yeah. See, I see it as the coming of age and like healing. You know, like when you get to a certain age, you have to heal to be able to continue forward, and like that's what I see Suzume as. And personally, I connect to that with right now in my life. But Your Name was like absolutely beautiful. Like
Mhm.
everything about it was just gorgeous. I loved it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's-
Suzume right now has number one for me.
It's honestly not even just talking Shinkai films. It's one of my favorite anime films, like just in general at this point.
Which
Yeah,
one?
Shinkai in general is quickly becoming like I'm starting to feel like it might be one of those move over Miyazaki kind of situations.
Miyazaki has his place in time, but Shinkai is definitely like the new like Miyazaki. Like his films, not only it's interesting because Shinkai to me is he has a lot of traits from Miyazaki, but he also has a lot of traits from Satoshi Kon as well.
Mhm.
Who was another Japanese director who sadly died way too early, and he only made 4 films. But the way I looked at I found Suzume was like this was just like a movie that like so I watched Suzume at the same time I watched The Boy and the Heron, and
That movie was intense. It's so intense.
it was interesting to me though because like Suzume like touched me in a lot of ways like that like I still think about.
Tough
Boy and the
Miata.
Heron. I said jump. Sorry. Boy and the Heron was just kind of like it was another Miyazaki film, and my problem with Boy and the Heron was like I thought The Wind Rises was the perfect ending for his career. So Boy and the Heron just kind of was like, it's another okay Miyazaki film. But
I still haven't seen The Wind Rises yet, so I can't judge for that. But
okay,
I still haven't seen nearly enough of those movies. But
maybe tonight we can watch a couple.
well, look, if we're watching another anime movie, we're watching War of the Rohirrim.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's great, but like we were talking about all these other ones, and you go on with that. Like,
well, if you want another if you want a good trippy anime film, I still highly recommend Perfect Blue.
I've never seen it, so I wouldn't.
It's that was Satoshi Kon's first film.
Okay.
It is a mind trip. Like it is one of those movies that fucks with your head. Like it's like
what? I like those.
You probably like Perfect Blue. It's a very. You ever seen the film Black Swan? Live action.
I did, but I don't remember.
It had Natalie Portman and Mila Kunis in it.
No.
It was about dancers.
Okay, I think I did, but I think I was really fucked up, so I don't remember.
Okay. Perfect Blue is Perfect Blue is basically that, but it came out years before. It's better. But yeah, any we're just about an hour and a half. Any final thoughts before we wrap up?
I love curly fries. That's my final thought.
Also, Suzume should have picked the cat.
Yeah, I think made the right choice. The world wasn't going to be okay. The world wasn't going to be okay.
That was like literally like as that was happening, Cyndi was like, no, that's bullshit. Look at the cat. The cat's amazing. She should have picked the cat.
I did. I was like, why would you fucking ever go for a guy over a cat? That's fucking stupid. Like, fuck that guy.
The cat, I will say, the cat did not really show how much it loved her by running away constantly and just making her life harder.
That's what makes a cat absolutely beautiful.
He was
I love cats like that. Yeah, and I'm sorry, but like, I don't know. I'm a cat person. The more the cat runs, the more I know it wants me.
But yeah. Anyways.
Bill, wait. I thought you were a cat person too. You understand?
I am, but also.
No, you know that cat loves you. If it runs away, it wants you to chase it. It's like a girl. Cats are girls. That's how we are.
I don't think my sister's cat would agree.
Fuck your sister's cat. Pooh? Let me meet it. I will tame that bitch. I tell you what. I love cats.
Boy, I tell you what.
Poop?
Her
its name is Poop?
No, Pooh.
Wait, like Winnie the Pooh.
Oh. Pooh. Yeah. No, that's good.
Well, when I first heard that, I was thinking more like Pooh from Yu Yu Hakusho. Like Pooh.
No, the cat's name was Pooh before Alex got it. It was that's just kind of a coincidence.
I want to be Pooh. Can you send me a picture of Pooh?
Yeah, I can in the.
You got me on Facebook, don't you? Yeah, because I've messaged you before about the whacking off thing. I hope to God this is all on the fucking episode.
Oh, it is. I don't edit shit. So,
Good.
but yeah. So once again, guys, thank you for joining us on Geek Addicts. You can find Geek Addicts on all the major podcasting platforms, particularly Apple Podcast and Spotify. And be sure to check us out over on the Superpod Network. That is superpodnetwork.com. It's an awesome site where you can find a whole bunch of awesome shows, videos, blogs, a whole bunch of cool stuff. I don't do I don't name every show anymore because my voice hurts, but
There's too many. It's too many.
there is, and we keep getting more and more, which is great. But yeah, a ton of awesome shows.
It is good. It's just, it's a lot to say.
Yeah, all the people in the network are great, is what I'm trying to say. But anyways, guys, once again, thank you for joining us, and we will see you all later.
Have a good one.
Bye.